I've never had an issue with women's fathers. My first girlfriend of a year, her dad and I legitimately used to play basketball in their driveway. Like I remember she went on a vacation, like Banff or whatever, for a week, and her dad's like, bring, hi, Travis. Yeah, what's up? This is Tim calling. Tim, Michaela's father. Yeah, how are you?
Toss the rock
Good.
around a little bit.
You want to? Yeah. You want to shoot some hoops? You want to come on over? I was like, I'm already halfway there, Tim. Boom, and I threw down.
Timmy!
And I absolutely fed him his lunch. I showed him how we played hoops on the south side of the city. Yeah. Dunking over him. Very nice of him when we were dating. After she dumped my ass, I saw him at the Apple store last summer. Wouldn't. I was like, Tim! How you doing, man? And then I look over to him and he's just like, getting out of the store.
Brewskis. Timmy!
I gotta get out of the store.
Timmy! Come on, buddy. Come on, what do you say? As for dads, I've only had 2 girlfriends. I think you had like 8.
Up there, yeah.
The first one, the dad hated me.
Really?
I was in high school, and her family didn't like me because I was quote unquote quiet. Like I don't mean they were like, oh, like, when someone, I don't know, you don't like, say Neil's girlfriend's quiet. Like, I'm not like, oh, I fucking can't stand this
because you never know what she's thinking. She's all like, no, she's quiet and you don't know what she's thinking.
But yeah, with that, but I'm not like reacting that way. Like, oh, this fucker doesn't want to speak to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's an uncomfortable situation for her to come into the house and be quiet, as it was as when I was a 16-year-old to go into someone else's house for the first time dating, and they just didn't like me. They were just like, oh, he doesn't talk enough. He's not good for you. Like, what the fuck? She used to tell me that too. I was like, oh, thanks. Let me just work on my vocal pipes a little bit and get the fucking voice out more.
In Step Brothers, Derek, the relationship he has with the dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of relationship I go for. Like, I feel like they hate you until they love you. So, like, you come in day one, you have to prove yourself. It's like, you're guilty until proven innocent, and you just got to sling some BS. Oh, Tim, you've been doing a great job with the carpentry. You want to show me how you, how you lay down some of that hardwood floor? Let's do a little bond. You want, hey, I gotta go, pick up your daughter's birthday present. You mind coming? Let's spend some time together, right? Let's do a little bond, do a little road trip.
But where's the line get drawn, right? So, like, where is it too comfortable where you're like, the other day I was, giving your daughter the old wrench, and where do you get to a point where you're that close to the dad and he's like, oh, yeah, how was it?
You won't believe what I did to her last night.
Last night, actually, I was giving her the motorboat, and
she loved it.
She gets her boobs from her mom. Just really over the top comfortability with the family.
Yo, Mr. G, you will not believe the flexibility and mobility your daughter has in her hips. Just the ability to work it, around. You know what I'm saying? Takes after her mother. Right?
Just guys being dudes. Like, hey, anyway, how's it?
Honest to God, my objective when I meet a dad is I want to get to the point where when she dumps my ass, because I've never dumped anybody. I've always been the one who gets dumped. Can't figure out why. When she dumps my ass, I want him to be the voice for reasons that's like, you need to reconsider this.
Yeah.
Like, that's my life. Get back in.
Get a sweetheart. Yes. The brownie points. The dad. Oh, come on, honey.
Like, he's single-handedly gonna guilt her.
Trav is the best.
Funny enough, that same dad with the basketball. So his daughter dumped my ass, and he shows up at my house a week later. Out of the blue, shows up at my house. I'm like, Tim, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I just wanted to make sure you're doing okay. I said, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, I know she dumped you, and I tried telling her, she's making a mistake, but she didn't want to listen. I don't know what to do. She doesn't want to listen to me. I'm like, well, that makes 2 of us, Tim. That makes 2 of us. And he says, what do you say, Karen and I take you out for dinner on, the weekend? Let's make it up to you. And I said, okay. So they take me to the keg, right? They take me to the keg for a nice dinner. And, I get the roast chicken dinner with the red pepper sauce.
Oh, obviously.
And, I don't want to be disrespectful, but my chicken was legit sawdust. Like, you ever try the cinnamon challenge?
No, but I know about it.
Yeah, you take a tablespoon of cinnamon and try to shotgun it. Yeah, that was literally what I was eating. And I'm just chewing on it for 20 minutes. And he's like, is your dinner okay? Like, it looks like you've been chewing on that for a while. I'm like, it's great. Love it. And They're finished their appetizers, salads, and entrees, and I'm still working on the bird. Like, it was so like sawdust because I didn't want to offend them, you know. But
Oh Jesus, dude! I don't know if I would have done that. Like, gone out with the parents after the fact.
that's a $70 dinner. I'm not turning down a $70 dinner. You get a soup,
Fair
you get an
enough.
entree. They pick my ass up. They drop me off at home, and he drops
All
me
right,
off. And
Trav.
he's like,
Good luck with life, buddy. Sorry, our daughter dumped you.
it was kind of like that. And then, you know, I remember they dropped me off, and he's like,
was a
just
pity
want to let
dinner.
you know, that was nice to see you again. It's nice to see you. I'm like, yeah, I hope I can see you again sometime soon. He's like, I'll work on her. Never worked. Been 4 years. She hates me.
And then he ignored you at the Apple store. God damn.
Yeah.
Tim's
yeah,
a fraud.
I guess.
Fuck you, Tim. Take your sawdust
Yeah.
dinner back. I feel like you're better with. Nah, because I was young. I can't say that. But in history, historically wise, you're better with the dads or parents.
Oh,
I had
great.
the one girlfriend I had there. I always had just like an awkward, quiet talk with. Like, they were very like proper. Her parents kind of like, they always had wine. You know, they were like super like proper. Dad's like always mowing the lawn. Like, hey, Pat, how are you? I'm like, very always small talk, always awkward small talk. How's hockey going? It's good. Still good, you know, up at Maine, just doing my thing. So I would just like pull up. If he was mowing the lawn, I'd kind of like look down on my phone, like adjust the radio, start like doing my windows wipers and shit, trying to pretend like I'm doing something. So like maybe he wouldn't, you know, then like he'd come like knocking on the window and be like, oh fuck, I didn't see you out there. Were you mowing the lawn? I did.
I think my transmission just blew. I'm gonna go take care of that. I'll talk to you in about 6 days.
My window's broken. I can't.
Just fucking punches out his window. I got one last good one for you. My last girlfriend, her mom was not very nice to me. Her mom hated the fact that YouTube was my job. It's like, you know, YouTube's not a job. You got to graduate school, go get a job, punch out at 55, and yeah, that's so. What I was doing completely not acceptable, and I never felt welcome by her. Like, her dad was cool. Her dad was a hockey coach, but so Christmas 2 years ago, she's like, you know, I'm gonna go home and spend some time with my family. You want to come? And I'm like, you know. She's like, it would mean a lot to me. I'm like, you know what? I'll do one better. I'll come for the whole week. Let's go for a full week.
Wow.
I said, you know what? I'm gonna win everybody. I'm gonna win the mother over one time only, right?
Yeah.
So I go there, and her dad got these like new McDonald's McCafe coffee pods with the Keurig. Like, they just came out, and they were so good. I buried like 15 in one day. You know?
There you go. Yep.
And-
And the shits.
Well, that was the least of my issues. The biggest issue, you know, my girlfriend at the time, her name is Bailey, and she comes up to me and she's like, "You're an asshole. You're a real prick. You know that, right?" And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "You drank all my dad's coffee. My dad doesn't have any coffee to drink now." And I'm like, "Well, it was good. He said help yourself, so I helped myself.
I helped.
I buried the whole box."
Oh, that's so awkward, dude. Yeah. Those are the things that make me awkward in those situations. Like when you go over to like a family party of theirs or something, like you don't know what's acceptable, how much you should eat. You know, that's where like I get anxiety. So it's like, I remember going to a family Christmas party at her family's place, and I walk in, and like as I get in there, everyone just turns heads, starts staring at me. They're like, everyone,
Who's that guy?
this is Pat. And I'm like, hey. It's like, so you, they're all staring at me with their wine. You play hockey? I do. Oh, it's cool. You playing for the Panthers? Nope. No, I don't play for them. Oh, when are you going down there? I don't know.
See,
when.
you know, here's the difference between you and me. Okay, you have no idea how to answer questions. You're just like, you're stuck in your like, hi, my Pat is name. I come in there, hey everybody, this is a Christmas party, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Nice to meet you. Go around, you know, shake everybody's hands. You know, COVID willing and God willing, shake everybody's hands. They start asking questions. Oh, you play hockey? Yeah. You know, well, I'll be honest. You know, I tell people I play goal, but I don't do a very good job at it. But I'm definitely trying there, Mr. C. And then they start laughing. They get a little bit comfortable. So you're drafted by the Panthers. Are you playing with them? No, I was really blessed to get drafted by a great organization. But I'm going to be in the system probably for a couple of years. I think about 4 years. I'll be cracking my roster. It's exciting time. It's really exciting.
I'm better at it now. I've like grown as a person, but I could not, like, because I also don't like talking about myself. Like I don't like. So it's it would be such an uncomfortable time for me because as they're asking,
You have a whole
me, I just
YouTube
give-
channel about yourself. I never guessed that you didn't like talking about yourself.
But do I ever really, to that big of an extent? Like, have I ever
Not
really
really.
talked about the draft? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, because I don't know. There's something about it, especially with people in person. I hate talking about what I do.
It speaks for itself, kind of. Like, you don't need to introduce yourself as the Panthers draft pick to your parent or your girlfriend's parents.
Right. That's not me too. It's just like, yeah. Like, cool. You're just, yeah.
See, like,
Everyone's
I know how to sling some bull though. Like when it comes to like girlfriend's parents, I can sling so much bull, and they love it because they're old as shit. They love that kind of stuff. They want you to make them feel important, and they like that. Oh, he's humoring me. He thinks I'm funny.
Yeah, the self-depreciating humor is always a good one. Everyone loves it. Like I tell you I play goalie, but I'm not very good at it. They give the old laugh. Oh, Trav, you're a funny guy.
Hey, Mr. C, I heard you used to play goal back in grade 3. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two there, right?
Yep. You're right, Trav. How'd you hear? Like then just say like, oh, she told me all about you. Actually, she told me how good of a goalie you were in your day.
I think this is why, in my honest, humble opinion, when I get a date in person, like when I meet somebody on Tinder, on Hinge, or whatever, I think like when I've set up the date and it actually happens, I probably bat about 90%. Because like I'm so good at bullshitting, like I could talk to a tree. I could literally, a tree could pick me up. I don't know how the tree would get to my place, but they could drive, and I could keep the conversation going with the tree. And those people that are awkward, they start feeling comfortable because they're like, oh, it's been 15 minutes. He hasn't stopped talking. It's like Donkey and Shrek, And then you know what I mean. Women love it when you ask them questions about themselves. You ask a woman about herself.
100%. Well, I'm good at talking. I'm good at talking to the girl.
Tree.
And I've gotten better at it, I should say. But there's always, for me, been something about meeting the family where it's just like, yep, I'm fucking your daughter. Yeah. Like there's always in my head, like we're all thinking it. Yeah.
See, I don't think.
Quit my job last month to pursue this biz. Big risk, big balls, bitch, I run this shit. Word to the wise, I'm a G, you don't know me. I just tripled last month in this whole week. Double time.